Did you know that a person with asthma breathes faster and takes in a lot more air as compared to a person without asthma? Let's compare these two sets of people. One is a normal person and one is an asthmatic. So a normal person will take about 10 to 12 breaths per minute, whereas the person with asthma will take about 15 to 20 breaths per minute. This person who is normal, he will take about 500 ml of air per breath, whereas the person who has an asthma will take almost 700 ml to 1 liter of air per breath. Now, on an average per minute, a normal person will take about 5 to 6 liters of air, whereas the person who is with asthma will take far larger, almost 10 to 15 liters per minute. But taking in so much of air necessarily does not mean that so much of oxygen is reaching your cells. There is a problem here. Let's understand what asthma really means. In a simple language, we have our airways. Airways, which means the pathway through which the air that we inhale passes in and reaches our lungs. Now, these airways over a period of time start shrinking, and this shrinking may happen because of a wrong diet or a wrong lifestyle. It may happen because of certain hereditary conditions which are again triggered by your lifestyle. It can also happen because the person has certain substance, so say for example a tobacco, smoking habits, etc. It can happen because of excessive drugs. It can happen because of perfumes, phthalates, a lot of inhalation of toxic air, which means pollution also plays a role, and it is also impacted because of high stress. Today, asthma has become a lifestyle disorder. So it's not really age specific. You would hear asthma at some point in time when a person has crossed 60. But today, children have asthma. Teenagers get asthma. Young adults get asthma. It is really not age specific. It has become a lifestyle disorder. So whether it is because of pollution or stress, whether it is because of excessive drugs or because of substance, or it is because of chemicals or diet and lifestyle, what happens is that over a period of time, our lungs start getting compromised. The airways start shrinking. There are blockages, and these blockages definitely mean that the amount of air that we will be able to take in will definitely be lesser, and hence there is a need for asthmatics to breathe more, which means they need to breathe faster. They need to take a little more air as compared to the others, because whatever they take in doesn't seem enough. Today, most of us are also getting into this whole trap of shallow breathing. A lot of us are really not optimizing the full capability or the full capacity of our lungs. And over a period of time, being habitual in this kind of practice can lead to a huge compromise as far as your lung capability is concerned. Because of all of these pollutants or the drugs or the chemicals or stress, there are certain blockages that come into our body. Now, if these blockages are found in your heart, or if these blockages are found in your arteries, it can lead to a heart attack. If these blockages go and hide in between your joints, it can turn up as a gout or arthritis. When these blockages turn up into your brain, it is called a brain stroke. If they hide into your kidney, it can be called kidney stones. And if it is in your intestines, it can be called as constipation, indigestion, and so many other intestinal or gut-related problems. So basically, what are these blockages? These blockages are toxins or toxin accumulation into your body, which is not able to get used up by your body, nor is it able to get excreted out of your body. And hence these toxins keep accumulating. When they are in your bloodstream, they keep circulating, and in the process of circulation, they can get stuck anywhere. Wherever they get stuck, blockages are caused, and these blockages basically can be a problem, leading to an asthma-like condition, bronchitis-like condition, and hence reducing the capability or the optimization of your lung capacity. So when we speak about mucus is good as far as it is naturally being made into your body. We have mucosal membranes, right? And that is for a good reason in our body. But when the same mucus is taken by us from outside, then this generation of mucus is not natural, and that is not helpful either. Most of the times, people who are consuming dairy or are consuming butter or any dairy products often see that this mucus accumulation tends tends to increase in their body. And unfortunately, they do not know why this mucus accumulation is increasing. They continue to take their medicines for asthma and they continue to drink milk every single day. Try it. Try it for at least 15 days to go off dairy if you have a problem like this. And you should be able to see a good, phenomenally significant difference to your health. It is not just about dairy, but it is also about any animal product. So when you have meat or when you consume any animal product, then this mucus accumulation can lead to increased blockages into your body, and that is exactly what you do not want in a state like asthma. Alright, so are there certain treatments that we can do to cure asthma? Yes, one thing that an asthmatic regularly needs to do is tapping all over the body. So whether it is your chest, whether it is your mouth, your face, your head, whether it is your arms, whether it is your thighs, your legs, on a daily basis, tapping into your body makes sure that the circulation increases, the blockages start moving out. The second thing that can be very helpful for an asthmatic is a massage. So a massage at least once in a month, a full body massage will make sure that there is release of all of the waste and toxins that are accumulated in different parts of your body. Various naturopathy treatments like cupping therapy is also extremely helpful for the same condition. This is usually done in the upper back because your lungs, as most people feel, are towards the forward. No, they are not. Your lungs are actually backwards, and hence all of this massage that you are doing is best done on your upper back. Let's come to certain herbs now. Did you know that cinnamon, which is your dalchini, is excellent for this condition? So when you take some cinnamon powder, preferably take the Ceylon cinnamon. If you are not getting the Ceylon cinnamon, any normal cinnamon is okay. This is called dalchini in Hindi. You take it, crush it into the grinder, make a fine powder. This dalchini powder or this cinnamon powder, when mixed very, very well with honey, then this should be given to an asthmatic multiple times in a day to lick. And when they do that, you gradually start seeing a significant difference over a period of time. However, it is important to note here that there is a lot of toxicity that is found in honey nowadays. It is really chemical based and it is not natural. It is important for you to source the right honey, which is raw, which has not gone through any processing and which is absolutely natural. This honey can prove to be medicinal when it is mixed with dalchini powder and then licked multiple times in the day. One thing that asthmatics must do is make a daily practice a nice hot cup of water and mix it with 1 spoonful of haldi, which is your turmeric powder. Add it into that and drink it 3 times a day, 2 times a day, as much as feasible. But this turmeric is very anti-inflammatory and can tremendously help in a state like asthma. Most people do not associate the source of the fat they are consuming with their asthmatic condition. So when you are consuming refined oils, whether you are consuming fried food from outside or whether you are taking the bad cholesterol which is in the form of bad rancid oils like your rice bran oil or any such seed oils, that can definitely worsen the condition of asthma. Do you know what is the best oil to take in this condition? It is the coconut. A humble coconut, whether you eat it, whether you make coconut milk or whether you take it as oil into your daily cooking practices, coconut is an excellent medicine as far as asthmatics is concerned. Did you know that the coconut milk or even almond milk is an excellent substitute to the dairy milk that I am asking you to compromise on? Because that dairy milk will definitely increase your mucus, it will increase your asthma, but when you take coconut milk or whether you take almond milk, it has the potential of taking care of your asthma and helping in the healing process. A wheatgrass juice or a pippali or even mulethi is excellent to use when you have a condition like asthma. From a therapy point of view, did you know that certain naturopathy treatments can go a long way to take care of your bronchial infections, your bronchial conditions, bronchitis or even asthma? What you need to do is just apply a chest pack. What does chest pack contain? A chest pack will contain a long cloth, a cotton cloth which is just dipped into water. When you dipped into water for about 5 minutes, normal temperature of water, it soaks in the water very, very well. And once that is done, you squeeze it and you tie it entirely on your chest area. Once you have done that, you will take a woolen cloth and you will tie the woolen cloth over that. If you keep this for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes per day, this will make a significant difference in your asthmatic condition. Why does it help? When you apply the woolen cloth, it gives the right insulation. It will dry up inside and a lot of toxins get pulled out into the cotton cloth. Once you remove it, you have to wash it separately and not mix it with other clothes. Whenever you are feeling like you are getting an attack or when breathing becomes very difficult, it is excellent to go into a prone position. Normally when you sit straight or whenever you are unwell, you tend to go back a little and sleep like this. Whenever somebody is a patient, when they are traveling, to the hospital or any time when they are not feeling well, they have a tendency that they go back and they sleep on their back. But didn't I tell you, your lungs are at the back. They are not forward here. So when your lungs are at the back and you're pressing it against the bed that you're sleeping, you are actually further decreasing your capability of inhaling better. And hence, a person who has asthma must, at least for half an hour to 40 minutes every single day, lie down in a prone position. When there was COVID attack everywhere, didn't we hear that prone position will help you increase your oxygenation? The same funda applies here. It is the same concept that applies here. You need to sleep on your stomach and not on your back. Application of mud pack at least once every week. Drinking warm water whenever possible and consuming herbal drinks will significantly make a difference as far as your asthmatic condition is concerned. Lemon and honey juice, green juices, or even something like a onion and garlic poultice, when you apply it on the soles of your feet and wear a sock on, it makes a significant difference the next day in your breathing capability. Let's look at certain exercises now. Whether it is your Bhujangasana, or it is your butterfly pose, or it is your bridge pose, or even any form of forward bending pose, it is excellent to improve your lung capacity. Did you know that one very good exercise in this condition is a trampoline rebounding? So if you have a rebounder or a mini rebounder in your house, just jumping on it can also make a phenomenal difference. Now it doesn't require us to jump for 30 minutes, 40 minutes every single day. Just 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the afternoon and 3 minutes in the evening is enough for getting that process started. Gradually, over a period of few weeks, you should be able to see a noticeable difference. Now, let's come to certain tips that will help you in addressing this situation very naturally from the comfort of your house. Number 1, check the environment in your house. Check if there is any mold presence in your house, the moldy pillows that you sleep on, or any moldy piece of wall in your house. You must get that sorted first because the air that is getting circulated is full of mold and it can be extremely fatal, especially for a person with a breathing difficulty. Did you know that people who have certain skin problems usually like to apply certain lotions and creams on their skin, irrespective of whether they have an eczema or a psoriasis or any skin condition? Even if they have some dryness, etc., they apply lotions and creams and moisturizers all over the body. Now, this can also not be very healthy because the Chinese traditional medicine mentions that there is a huge correlation between your skin and your lungs. So when you apply something on your skin, it directly passes and seeps through into your bloodstream and increases the toxicity when it comes to your lung capacity. And hence, applying a coconut oil for a moisturizer or even coconut oil for any of your eczema or psoriasis condition and then exposing it out in the sun will do greater benefit than those lotions and creams. In the long run, it may not be beneficial. A lot of sulfite-based preservatives are present in the dry fruits today, so you got to be careful in terms of where are you really sourcing your dry fruits from. Also, you see sulfite in wines and hence that may not be the best choice when it comes to an asthmatic. It's important to stress again that dairy, butter or any animal food source will increase mucus and lead to greater toxicity, which is not ideal in this condition. Have you heard of those respiratory machines wherein a person has to blow in air? And when you do that, it gradually starts increasing the capacity and starts opening up your airways. It's a good exercise to do. One very important mineral that can help in this condition is magnesium. Now, magnesium is extremely helpful because it is a relaxant. And when you take a foot bath with magnesium flakes into it or with some Epsom salt into it, then that will give you the right magnesium to be able to relax those bronchioles and will help you in this condition. Stressing on this again, the choice of your oils is extremely important. Are you consuming refined oils or you are consuming wood pressed oils? Are you consuming the seed oils or are you consuming something like a coconut oil? It makes a tremendous difference. It may look very, very simple right now, but over a period of time, when you start using it on a daily basis, oxidation, free radicals, inflammatory conditions are just too much to handle if not taken care of right in the beginning. As far as herbs are concerned, we spoke about dalchini, which is your cinnamon. We also spoke about this nice mixture of dalchini or cinnamon along with honey. Also, another thing that can help you is the golden seal powder. So when you just take a little bit of golden seal into a napkin and you roll it nicely and just sniff on it. You don't have to inhale it, you just have to sniff on it. You don't have to even ingest it or drink it. Sniffing on it will gradually start opening up those passages internally. Did you know that your lung tissues have a huge correlation with your grief or your sadness? So if you have gone through some trauma or if you constantly keep revisiting some of those emotions that keep coming on to you and you hold on to them, then this grief and this sadness reflects on your overall lung health. It reflects on your lung tissues. It is very important to practice mindfulness. It is very important to practice meditation. It is extremely important to practice pranayam or deep breathing. When you do pranayam on a sustained basis, it shows phenomenal difference, not only in opening up your airways, but also you hold on your breath for some time. It makes sure that the oxygenation happens well. Remember, when you take a lot of air, by the way of when you are panicked or when you are stressed, you are taking a lot of air in, but that air is not leading to oxygenation of your cells. You need slow breathing. And that slow breathing involves deep inhalation, complete exhalation, and holding for some time. This is the beautiful technique and this is the beauty of pranayam or deep breathing exercises. You must practice if you are an asthmatic. I hope this content was useful and helpful to you. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. I would love to hear your comments. Please mention down whatever your experience or learnings have been. And I personally would love to reply to every comment that comes. Till we meet again, Namaste.